Hi everyone, welcome back. So what do we got here today? This is the standard torch, which comes with the Tetrix, the GD300. What we're interested in today is this end. So this is the standard connector that comes with it, which is a sealed connector with a metal locking ring, and I thought I'd show you the part numbers that relate to this connector. If for some reason you ever want to interface with the machine using the factory pinouts to make a aftermarket trigger or up-down voltage control or amperage control or a number of other things work with the machine. Obviously it's on you if you start messing around to this degree, but I live a bit risky like that, so let's get into it. So the connector here, it's labelled with Burndy. Burndy is, from what I understand, a manufacturer of connectors, but they've been brought out by a company called Souriau. I don't even know how to say it. S-O-U-R-I-A-U. And they make a range of different connectors in a heap of different configurations, and yeah, so you can buy these. These are something you could purchase if you wanted to gear up and do it yourself. So I thought I would run through how we disassemble it and show you the parts on what you could potentially put back onto a new cable assembly to work on any torch. So yeah, pretty straightforward. First step, undo the cable gland nut. From there you can unscrew the back end, which is a like a sealing crimp style connector. It crimps onto this corrugated tubing. I can just pull back. From there, normally if you hadn't disassembled this beforehand like I did, you would need to have this end secured in the machine with the locking collar engaged, and at this point gently, carefully undo this anti-clockwise, and that will take this barrel off. From there, this locking metal ring comes off, and you're left with the pins and the front end connector. And this is where the magic happens. Get yourself a set of these little bad boys. They're like, what do you call them? Like cable or connector disassembly tools off eBay, they're like a few bucks. From there, this little cylindrical arrangement goes down over the pins, and with a bit of fiddling around we'll release the locking barbs on this wire and allow you to pull it out the back side. So we'll give that a crack and come back when it's done. 3 hours later, we've got our connector disassembled. So these are the 3 wires, the connectors, the pins, and now everything can be removed off the front. And that's all set. So now you could do a number of different things. Now you've got it disconnected, but for us, for this intent and purpose, we'll just move this to the side and show you the part numbers and everything else that relates to the new parts that you might want to purchase. Quite handy. There's the part numbers. So there they are. So it's a 3-piece like system. When you specify these plugs when you purchase them from any of the large what do you call them, like electrical wholesalers for this sort of weird electrical engineering stuff, you'd specify the back end plug what do they call that? They call it a circular clamp for some reason. That's the part description they use. This is the one that's spec'd with the waterproof cable gland on the back, and this is just a screw-in arrangement. So what you do with this one is you'd remove that little rubber grommet, like so, and that would allow it just to slide over this assembly like so. Backing up first, then those, and then that. So that's your first part number, UTG 12ST. The next part number you need is you specify the number of pins, in this case 8 pin, the body size, which is this number here. I don't know whether you can see it, but it says number 12 on there. I'll be able to see that. That's number 12 body size, and whether your connector is male or female. This one is female. So that's that, and obviously those pins would slide up in the back and be on the inside there. These pins will get you in for a close-up, but they're like a pressed metal pin with a little set of barbs on them which lock into this connector. And once that's all together, your plug's back assembled, and then you just like tighten the whole lot up from the back. And you need to keep this assembly stationary. Keep it stationary. The only way I've found to do that without making a mess of it, you could do it in a vise, but it's like a nylon plastic, so it will just mar up and be useless after that. Put it in the connector on the machine and just be gentle. So that's that. Yeah, so essentially once you get these connectors set up for the Tetrix, or I guess the convention probably stands for any other EWM machine out there, they've got the 19 pole version of this on the back of the machine for the foot pedal, and I think it's another 8 pin, maybe haven't checked actually, but there's a water cooler connector on the back which has like the voltage control for water cooling on the back of the Tetrix, and that's got the same style plug, different number of pins. Might be 8, might be 5, I can't remember. I don't use a water cooler, so yeah, that's that. Let's get in and have a look at the pins. So these pins are part number SM20, ML1, TK6. There's a heap of different variations of this that you can get. Essentially these are a pressed metal construction. Get a focus in there, so the wire would go in, and those little wings on the far left would fold around the wire, and you can get special crimping tools for this. I think what I'll end up doing when I get around to using it would just be to fold them gently with like just one of the automotive crimp tools, and then hopefully that gets them alright, and then just a dab of solder over the top. So these, like I said, pressed metal. You can see the barbs there. That's what clicks into the back end of the connector, and the contact face on the right there. So yeah, they're the pins. You can spec these up with like gold plating, and obviously male or female pins, these ones being the male connection. They're male pins in a female body, funnily enough, but yeah, so that's them. So yeah, the next project for this will be look at getting some sort of plug-and-play arrangement for like HF start trigger functionality on a CK torch, just for fun. So those instances where you don't want to run a pedal, but just want a nice, light, nimble torch. So yeah, with that in mind, also it'd be good to find, I'm on the hunt for some sort of double trigger arrangement. Like every torch has a single trigger button, but to use the 2-button design of the Tetrix here, or the standard torch, these 2 buttons, having a similar configuration on a CK torch might be pretty neat to have or at least to have that functionality if you need it. So yeah, that's it for today. It's a nice easy one. Yeah, keep an eye out, and hopefully this and these part numbers come in handy for you if you want to modify your own, or probably any EWM of that nature. But yeah, like I said, if you start messing around with machines and you start connecting wrong connectors up, you could probably do something a bit nasty to a machine. So yeah, be careful. Don't be that guy that breaks your machine because you put the brown wire where the white one should be or something silly. Till next time, have a good one.